Hi friends, welcome back to our Century Old Ranch. So today we are doing our very first expansion project of the tiny house. So to catch you up on speed, if you're new or if I haven't explained before, we originally had this barn that we had 12 years ago or so, and then when we lived here before and then moving back. So anyway, we have built a small tiny house, living quarters in it. The original idea was we were going to build a second house, but now we've just kind of decided we liked it, so we're going to add on. We are trying to prepare for winter and things that will just help our quality of life and just, the day-to-day when we are in the house a little bit more. So eventually this front wall will come out and it will go that direction, and so we will have another expansion. So it's a little hard to explain, but what we are creating right now will be a temporary living room. Eventually that will actually be part of the dining room and pantry, but this will just give us a little extra room, breathing room for the winter. So we have a little bit of the lumber. Most of the lumber is still over there on the trailer. So the first order of business is take down that garage door. We originally put that garage door in thinking again that we were going to have a shop area in the front of the just a little extra tiny house space, but now since we're going to expand, that has to come out, and the idea is that we're going to close that up, seal that up, and again, this whole wall will come out and come this way a little bit, so we're just going to kind of temporary and get that situated for the winter. We're also wanting to go ahead and finish the tin on the well house pantry addition. As you can see in here, we have just used all of this for storage for the last several months and just a shop building to work on projects. So we've got to move all of this stuff out. We do have quail being incubated in here. So yeah, just lots of just random storage. So this will make us a nice temporary sized living room, but we are working on getting that garage door down first. Okay, day 2, we are getting ready to frame out that wall. We got that one insulated, and then we can put sheetrock on that wall. That wall, of course, it has insulation, but it won't need it, so we're just leaving it for now, because again, this will all be kind of redone in the spring. Good morning. It is a chilly morning this morning. I think there might have been a frost advisory last night, which is our first for the year. Oh, I've been gone for like 3 days to a work trip, and I came back and oh my gosh, let's talk about what's been done. Okay, so first off, we have this window, and this wasn't in the original plan because I think I told you guys earlier that the plan one we actually build on, this is all part of the original, barn, right? So when we build on maybe in the spring after other house sales and things like that, so this wall is going to go out. So this isn't going to be here. It will extend out that direction and actually a little bit that direction. This wall will also come out. This will all be kind of part of the living room, dining room area, and then there'll be a bedroom over kind of that direction. So anyway, so this room it's just kind of temporary. It's not going to be much of anything when the house is finished. It'll be kind of the dining, like I said, the dining area is, I think the dining room will be kind of over there, and this will just, anyway, be an extra. It's kind of hard to explain. I should probably show you the layout. But anyway, so the only wall really staying in this area is that back wall. That back wall will still be there, but this wall and this wall will be out. So we were kind of like, what do we do? We didn't want to spend the extra time and work and everything to finish it out. but at the same time, we did have this space, and at least temporary and through the winter, to give us a little extra elbow room, since we don't have, we didn't have a living room at all of any kind. We thought, we could just go ahead and finish out this space, and it's not going to cost us a lot of extra work or money, and we would have it, right? We'd be able to use it temporarily. The only thing that we're going to be out is, we'll probably salvage some of the sheetrock, but we might be out, a few pieces of sheetrock that we had to cut or something like that. The window is new. It's going to go on the front of the house or in one of the bedrooms. I'm not 100% sure, depending on what windows. So anyway, it'll all work out, right? We'll all use it. So we may end up losing a few sheets of sheetrock, but that is like that's like a nice, that's kind of a good sacrifice for just having at least a good 3, 4, maybe even a little bit longer, depending on what our plans end up being and projects that come up, time to go ahead and have a living room. So anyway, and especially with 450 square feet of what we currently have, this is a very, very nice addition. So a couple things. The light is nice. You can see the 2 different colors. So not really sure what's with that. We bought the exact same stain that we bought before. We bought the same plywood that we bought before, but it is obviously different. Yeah. So it's different, and the issue is that Jacob was here, I wasn't here to help, and we were expecting rain. Like, we had to just get it in and do something. And so Jacob said, it might look a little weird. There will be boards, like trim pieces up there, so it won't look as dramatic, but it's still going to be pretty dramatic. But again, it's one of those things that as we add on, we were going to have to replace those pieces anyway, just because we wanted it to all flow right to one ceiling. So anyway, that'll all make sense a little bit later. But for now, I'm not sure. We've thought about trying to restain the old, because the lighter pieces are the older ones we had restained before when we did the rest of the house, and we had extra. And then the darker ones are the newer ones. And so, we might try to restain the older ones to the new ones. I'm not sure, but right now it's fine. Like, again, it looks a little weird, but it's temporary. Yeah, it's fine. But it is so nice to have so much room in here. It's going to be so nice to have our couch and our love seat. We've talked about getting new recliners. We're just going to see how all of that fits in here. I'll be able to have my Christmas tree at Christmas. And yeah, we're going to put, instead of a flooring, it's cool this morning, I'm wearing flannel. We're going to just put a sealant on the concrete for now. Eventually it will have like a vinyl hardwood looking floor, but again, we want that to all be seamless, so we don't want to put that down right now. So we're just going to put like a sealant on the concrete, and then I'm just going to get a big rug for now. No big deal. Again, it's kind of in that transition period, but at least we'll be able to use the space during that transition period, because before it was just kind of storage, and we would put our saws and stuff in here, but that's really all it was used for. He did run out of stain, so that's what that's all about for that piece. So we'll get some more stain for that one. I'm not sure where. I think that one needs to go in there. But yeah, I'm super excited about having it. I'm also excited about this window. Like, we didn't really originally plan to have a window because that wall was going to be taken out, and it really is just so nice because we can look out. Well, normally that's our driveway, but we've got the mule and the truck parked out there for right now just because we've been loading things. But yeah, oh my goodness, it is going to be so exciting. We went back and forth on whether or not we would mud and paint this room, because there is not any need to mud and paint the room because we will be taking it down. But that being said, we might just go ahead just for our own, enjoyment, I guess, or whatever. Jacob, one of the things I said to Jacob last night, I said, well, we could go ahead and mud and paint it, and that would ensure that we build on pretty soon, because if we don't mud and paint, what would happen is something will happen, a plan will change, a new project will decide to do the other addition first, something will happen, like, right, something will happen, and so we will end up like for over a year not having, or longer, who knows, right? Paint, well, mud and painted sheetrock. So I'm like, let's just go ahead. The only difficulty would be is like when we're taking down the sheetrock, it'll be a little bit harder to find those screw holes and things like that. But I'm like, well, you know, worst case scenario, we ruin a sheet of sheetrock. That's, you know, again, we're paying, sheetrock's only like $15 a sheet, so we don't have hardly anything in here, you know, even at a couple $100 just to have a living room, like for the next several months, is worth it, even if it ends up being a sacrifice. But a lot of it we'll be able to reuse. And here it is, guys. Oh my gosh, I love this space. Okay, let's talk about it. Over by the door, we have our pub style table. I actually had this in my craft room in our old house, so it's got a few little paint things and little scuffs and scratches, but that's okay. We're waiting to get new furniture until we do the additions, because we just don't know exactly like what we want, what's going to fit, what we're going to like in that space. So we're just using what we have for now. And oh my gosh, but having a place to eat dinner is such a blessing. Like that, we eat dinner at the table every single night as a family. And so just having that space is something that I've really missed the last few months. It is like right by the door. We do have some trim to finish. We ran out. We're going to pick up that at the store today. And oh my gosh, like I said, it's small, it's cozy. This is the cabinet that was originally in the kitchen that we took out because we're putting in a dishwasher. So it won't live here, of course, permanently, but I think we're going to put that when we build our shop building in there. But right now, it actually works really well. It's an extra place to put like food and different things when I bring it out for dinner. The couches are just our old couches, and we bought the fireplace, and oh my gosh, you guys see the red glow on the TV? Let me show you what that is. We have baby Quill. They're 1 week old today. They're doing so great. We have a new brooder, but we thought they were too tiny for it. So anyway, so we bought that fireplace, just as like a heat source here. It's an electric fireplace. Yes, I just love it. Like I've said before in this video, this is a temporary space for us, but now that we have it and we actually like it, and while it is small and cozy, it does work for us. Like, we don't really need anything bigger at the time being. So we originally had plans to expand the front room and dining room, because this will be like a part of the dining room area, right? So everything will be fine to stay except the furniture. So it's a lot easier. We do still just have the concrete floor, which is fine. I just put down a rug for theirs just so it makes it feel a little bit more warm, because we want to be able to do the floor all at once so that it's seamless. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, we had originally planned to do the front room, living room area expansion first, but now that we have a living room that, I mean, it works. We've actually had this, it's actually been done for a week or so, a couple weeks maybe now, at least this part. We've been working on trim the last couple weeks, but it's worked. We've watched movies in here as a family. We've just loved it, right? So now we're thinking that we'll actually do the back expansion maybe first, which is our master bedroom, bathroom, and office area. So I don't know, guys. Just stay tuned and we'll see how that all goes. There's Freckles. She's loving having the couch back, aren't you? It is just crazy. Like when you live in a tiny house, like now our house went from 450 square feet to 600. I think it's actually like 620 because we added the little pantry wheelhouse area. I think it's like 620 to 650. It's little things, right? Having a living room is such like, it's just one of those like just little perks, right? You don't always have it in tiny living. And of course, when we were living in a giant 3,000 plus square foot house, you take those kind of things for granted. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching and just being with us on this journey as we transform this 100-year-old farm into a working, living farm. And as we go from our tiny, house in a barn to an actual house, and all the journeys and all the steps and maybe the frustrations and the successes along the way. Thank you guys so much for just spending time here on the ranch with us, and we'll see you next time. Be sure to please like and subscribe our channel, as that helps us out so much. We can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye, friends.